Happy customers. Happy customers that trust us and that recommend us. This is fundamental for us. And that's why we put the customer at the center of everything we do. When we design product, when we design every single process or every single touchpoint with customers, we put them in the center to make their life easier. And of course, we have some challenges we have to overcome. The first one is about scalability, to reach more than 1 million customers by the end of 2024. And the other challenge is about third-party dependencies we have. As any other commerce, we depend on distributors for contract switching or for receiving meter readings. And as you may know, there are more than 300 distributors in Spain, each one with different standards and standard quality. So we realized that if we wanted to have full control of the experience we were delivering to our customers, we needed to break that dependency. We needed to build like a firewall to break our distributor management from our customers. So this is the two main challenges we have to control our customer experience. And how would we address these two challenges? First of all, with technology. We are technology intensive, and we use it for that purpose. And two examples I want to tell you is about Lumo 360, which is our customer care tool, which has been designed for increase the first contact resolution. Look, first contact resolution means that a customer that have an issue or any problem gets a solution at the very first contact with us. So it is good for customers. We have happy customers, and it's also good in terms of internal efficiency, as the issue is resolved at the very first moment. A second example is about artificial intelligence we're using to automate the inbound mails from customers. So we're able to classify and assign that ticket to the appropriate resolution group. So we get shortened resolution times. So this is good for customers. And also, it's good in efficiency as thanks to automation. And the other driver is helping us building this customer experience is product. And the quota strategy, as Narcís told before, this is a product that delivers a good experience, as it's very simple. Customers get the same quote every bill during a monthly bill. So for them, it's easy and deliver a good experience. But adding on that, it is a product that helps us building that firewall I was talking about, because we don't need anymore. We don't depend on data coming from our distributors, so we are becoming free, and we control. It helps us control that experience. And okay, we have happy customers, and what's up for HolaLuz? Well, we have some upsides from that. First of all, our NPS would be higher thanks that we have trust from our customers. Second, we expect more recommendation from customers, so the acquisitions cost also are lower. Third, as we have more loyal customers that trust us, the lifetime value also is increased. And last but not least, as customers have less contacts with us, then it helps us lower our cost to serve. So that's why we say that happy customers are amplifying, are boosting HolaLuz growth. And now Oyana is going to talk to you about brands.
Highest NPS in the sector. And how can it come? How did we make it? Well, actually, as Roger said, we are focused on building relationships with our customers based on trust. Also, we are obsessed of treating them as human beings, as person, with empathy, with transparency, with honesty, and also adding value to their lives, making their lives easier through our services and products. So that's how we make them happy. That's why we could reach the 40% of NPS. And of course, happy customers talk about you, spread the word, and that's how we have like a 58% of our base can be promoters. At the question of how likely are people to recommend us, on a scale from 0 to 10, the 58% answer between 9 or 10. So actually, the 17% of the customers use an MGM code. But consider that this is the ultimate part of the whole referral process. That means that when you ask someone, afterwards on our interviews, if we ask to the people how you get in touch with the brand, for example, the recommendation also works across the funnel. Because for awareness, it works, because 40% of the people know or get in touch with the brand by someone else. And also, recommendation, it works without an MGM code, right? So we can talk about the company, and you boost also the growth without using a promo code at the end. And all this massive is around the 25% of the people comes by using our recommendation, or recommended by a happy customer. Saying that, we have created a brand on top of a utility, as Carlota said before. A brand that is executing the purpose, which is the rooftop revolution. We are the only ones born with this purpose in the DNA, with this genuine purpose to generate a positive impact and change the world. We have created this big movement to join for the best, as Carlota said also, for the best, for the people, for the pockets too, and for the planet, first of all, for the planet. But because all of that, all of us are part of this planet too. So our cause is universal, because we are here to minimize the effects of the climate change. And this is what really makes us unique, because we are born with this purpose, our cause is universal, and this is what makes our movement a universal movement to get involved for everyone. And this movement stopped growing. It's growing day by day, it's growing every day, and for the last 3 years, didn't stop growing. That's what shows our main brand indicators. 220% we have grown in our branded keyword research in Google. Also, our spontaneous brand awareness has increased to 95%. And for the people who has HolaLuz in the first position in mind, we have grown to 78%. Of course, at the beginning of our story was more similar the one David versus Goliath, but not nowadays, not anymore. Nowadays, we have a very strong position in the market, also in the consumer's mind, either for solar or for supply. That's why we are at the top 4 brands as an energy company, and also we are the #1 consideration as a solar company in the country of the sun. So that's the moment. The revolution is growing, it's unstoppable, and now is the time. And now also is a time for Manuel for data.
Thank you. If you think about the history of HolaLuz, and you talk to Carlota, to Ferran, to Oriol, you realize that since the very beginning, data was part of the value proposition, was really embedded in the DNA of HolaLuz. So that's why here at HolaLuz, we don't think about data as data. We think data as a source of competitive advantage. Why is that? We leverage data and artificial intelligence, and we generate insights. So insights for what? Three things. The first, the most important, we want happy customers, right? So we are making sure that we use the data to deliver the best value proposition to our existing customers or to our new customers. So we want happy customers, data for happy customers. Number two, we also want happy investors, right? We want you to be happy. So we want to use data to ensure that we maximize the revenue of the company, and we identify continuously opportunities to increase the revenue, along the lines of what Kim and Narcís explained before. And number three, also think about data and artificial intelligence as a way to improve the business operations, to find business efficiencies, meaning reducing costs, meaning the top line is going to get a benefit. So this is our mindset. In terms of timeline, in the history of HolaLuz, until last year, we could call data as a service, which means we were using data, and we are still using data, for the reporting and dashboarding. We want to ensure that everyone in the company has access to the right data. But the second most important thing we have done so far, and was since the very beginning, and as we say in Spain, is la madre del cordero, is my colleagues explain you, hey, we are working to ensure the gross margin. Happy customers, happy investors. What is the magic? You could get algorithms. When we start a company, we call it big data. 5 years ago, people call it machine learning. Now they call it artificial intelligence. It's the same thing, believe me. But we are doing that since the very beginning, right? So this is really the success of HolaLuz so far. But we are now in 2022, right? So we want to bring it to the next level. What we are doing? Machine learning, artificial intelligence, we are using that not only for the gross margin, let's say, part of the business, which is key, but also to any business area. I think Maria gave a good example on the upselling, cross-selling, all the process. Narcís also mentioned some examples. So we want to ensure that we get benefit of all the algorithms, of all these advanced analytics for every area in the company. And we call it internally, we have some fun with this, the insights revolution. We want to move from data to insights, right? So we want to make sure that we unleash all the power of data. Think about, we embrace data, and we say, how can we increase happiness of investors, of customers, of anyone in the company, right? So this is the mindset. And then next year, which is coming very soon, in 8 months from now, so we are already thinking about that, we need to make sure that we use data also to be aligned with all the initiatives of the company to ensure that we meet our goals in terms of revenues and profitability. And I want to tell you a story. Story, believe me, it's the last slide of the presentation. But this is a story that makes me fly. If you see me in the office, I do not walk. I fly because I really enjoy what we are doing. So January 28th, the team decided to organize a hackathon. Probably you are familiar with hackathon. It's people from different teams. We had people from the development team, from the data team, from the product team, and they have fun, and they have some ideas and say, why don't we do that? Why don't we do that? So one of the teams sketched a nice solution about a key process. When we have to prepare an offer for the solar customers, someone in the back office needs to spend around 20 minutes preparing that offer, 20 minutes. So someone or the team said, what if we find a way to reduce those 20 minutes into what, 5 minutes? Let's go for it. And they sketched a great solution. That was January 28th. I've seen many hackathons in other places, right? And you had fun, and then the idea is there, no one is taking care of this. Not here, not here. During the months of February and March, the team, data team, technology team, product team, designer team, they were thinking, let's validate, let's create a proof of concept to validate that this nice idea coming out of the hackathon can actually be delivered. And the good news is that they validate and say, yes, it's working, it's gonna work, so let's go for it. So now we are in Q2, and I'm super, super, super happy. That's why I was like flying, not walking, because the team is about to deliver the MVP, the first version of this, and there's a nice video over there, so you could watch it, but basically you will see how long it takes. It takes 1 minute, 30 seconds, so 90 seconds for them to do what previously it was taking 20 minutes. That's fantastic. And I think it's also testimony of the great work done by teams together. So this is not just data working on this, it's also technology. So I'm super glad to introduce my colleague, Jordi Medina, who is part of this.
Thank you, Manuel. You know what? This video that Manuel was talking about is what we are doing right now with data and technology at HolaLuz. So let's talk about technology. sorry. Here. We enable technology to deliver and deploy products and digital experiences to our customers. We use technology to create stunning and unique products and experiences that allow us to innovate and avoid commoditization. One clear example of avoiding commoditization is the tarifa justa. A tarifa justa is the very first flat fee in the European energy market. We also use technology to increase profitability. In the rooftop revolution, we use technology to identify and to connect the surplus of our prosumers with our consumers, providing a better return of investments and, of course, a highest gross margins. Thanks to this, we enable a lot of new opportunities and a lot of new products. But where have we been and where are we now with technology? We are coming from a paradigm where technology was the center of cost. Technology was an expense. And we have been, those years, spent the last few years improving our systems, removing our legacy, and increasing the capacity of our team. But what I'm more proud is that we get a top-notch team. Actually, we are working on automatization, removing manual and hard processes that hurts our customers and our employees. But in front of us, we have the challenge to build a revolutionary tech platform that will allow us to provide a lean and fluent experience to our customers. That's why we said that we are in a new paradigm where technology is a huge part of the business. Believe me, a huge part of the business. And it provides us new horizons and new possibilities. So we have to face two challenges. The first one is building new products. The second one is creating a fluent and automated experience for those products. Let's see an example of one of these products, of this automatization. The providers and the third parties constraints didn't allow us to provide the desired service to our customers. Our efforts were focused on adapting our systems to their challenges. We decided to start from scratch. We decided to build a new technology ecosystem that is being created for the customer experience point of view. I'm happy to say that from the very beginning of this year, we have some beta tester customers that are already receiving their invoices with this new system. Wrapping up, we would say that thanks to all of this, we are committed to keep innovating, changing, and transforming an old, non-technological industry into a fully digital and customer-centric one for our customers. And that's why I'm proud to say that we are a green tech. And now let me introduce Danny, our legal chief officer.
At HolaLuz, we turn legal challenges into business opportunities. Electricity is a highly regulated industry, and we know it. Why? Because it's very important for households, it's very important for companies, and governments are always, no matter the political color, going to care about electricity. This is going to happen, and we need to accept it. We are okay with it. I have to confess that I even like it a bit. Why? Because we can convert this into a business opportunity for HolaLuz, into a competitive advantage, advancing to regulation that is coming. And let me share with you one example, which is self-consumption, of course, as we are talking today, and what happened in Spain before 2018. Spain, using data, as Manuel was saying, had less self-consumption than the sunny regions of Brussels. the sunny region of Brussels, I repeat. So why is it that a region like Brussels, a small region, can have more self-consumption than a whole country like Spain? Why? The explanation is these two things that you can see here. First, the sun tax, and the second one, the administrative procedures, the red tape, that there was very difficult. It was, we can say that it was as difficult to build as a nuclear plant than the self-consumption installation in Spain back in 2018. That explains why Belgium, Brussels, was beating Spain in self-consumption, which is difficult to explain. So we could have said, look, we won't do solar because we think in Spain it's not a country. Either we go to Belgium or we do other things in Spain. But no, we say we're going to change that because we know that this can change and we can start doing our solar rooftop business in Spain. And actually, it happened. Back in October 2018, the Spanish government abrogated the sun tax, which I would say it was not the most important measure, probably, but it was an important message to the citizens saying, look, this is the end of it, now you can go for it. But the most important things are other things, which are minor things, but which take longer to install and run installation more costly. Our calculation was that 20% of the cost of an installation back then, it was paperwork. 20% of the cost of an installation was paperwork. And it took around 6 months to install. Can you imagine that you receive your new iPhone and then they tell you, look, you cannot open the box. You need to wait 6 months until someone there says, you can open the box, and then you can enjoy your iPhone. This was what was happening with solar in Spain. You had the installation at the rooftop, and then you were waiting for a lot of people to say, okay, you can open your installation, you can enjoy your green electricity. This was what was happening. So we say, let's fight for it. I myself, as VP of the UNEF, the PV Association, and a great team of people there fighting for it. Let me share with you these 3 examples that we achieved. The first one is the distributor. The distributor, as you can imagine, is not the quickest entity in the world when it comes to self-consumption. Now, there is no need in Spain for any permit with the distributor for less than 15 kilowatts, which happens to be 100% of the installations that we do. There is no need to talk with the distributor before installing. Second one, the autonomous region. There is no need anymore for going to the autonomous region. Now, there is automatic registration. You go there, you tell, look, Catalonia, look, Madrid, whatever, here's my installation, you can go. And the third one, and most important, you don't even need to go to the municipality. We can tell with a single communication in 15 out of 17 regions, the only ones not having this are Murcia and Basque Country, but are not the main where we are installing. You can go to the municipality and say, look, here is all the paperwork, all the things that you need. 15 days, you say nothing, I build the installation. This is a very, very important improvement that we managed to reach, and this leads to happier customers because they receive the installation early, and it leads also to cheaper cost. But it's not only that. It's not only that the Spanish government now and in Spain you can install easier. It's also that actually the government is paying us. It's paying between 40 and 50% of the money of the cost of the installation up until the end of next year. Up until the end of next year, any installation, any of you who has not installed yet, I don't know why, but who has not installed yet solar, then they can install, at least in Spain, with a significant aid. You'll say, this guy it's too good to be true what this guy is explaining. Well, this favorable regulation, there is no need, there is no risk of U-turn. So it's actually good because at the European level now, self-consumption is a European-wide right. Every European citizen has a right to self-consume without any sun tax or without any burdensome procedure. This is an European right. So there is no risk, even if there were a political change in Spain, that self-consumption will be altered as this was back in 2018. Nevertheless, I will lie to you, there will be changes, of course. There will be changes. We'll be there analyzing those changes, monitoring those changes, commenting on those changes, proposing about those changes to make sure that HolaLuz keeps making from the legal challenges business opportunities. Thank you very much.